Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you taking some time to check out my channel. This video is what spirit feels like my followers need to hear most. So thank you if you have been subscribed to me for some time now. I truly do appreciate it. I've only been really dedicating myself to this channel since November of last year. And I've already gained like 30 or 40 subscribers, so I am so blessed that each and every one of you has taken an interest into the guidance that I have to give. So I'd like to start out with this card that came out for the collective. It says, "You have been working so hard, and we see it." And this is a deck that I created myself with words that words that spirit has channeled through me. So they're saying you have been working so hard and we see it. So if you're questioning whether or not you're on the right path, that's a yes. And you're just muddling through the ooey, sticky, gooey, muddy swamp um, and of emotion and looking for dry land. And trust me, you're going to find it. That's what I feel like this reading's about. So take a moment here to read each one of these passages, and whichever one you feel most drawn to, whichever message really resonates with your life right now, is your message. If there's more than one, feel free to check them all out if you like. Okay, this has really good healing advice, spiritual advice, and maybe one reading isn't 100% about your situation, but there could still be a few little things here and there that may help you gain perspective. I'm also intuitively feeling like if one of these makes you think of someone you know, that's also equally helpful to look into. So we have healing takes time, but you learn with each step. Okay, and I feel like that's the muddling through the swamp to find the dry land. Okay, that healing feels like it's encompassing, but one day you will overcome it. Like the lotus flower is beautiful, but it is born from the dirty, mucky uh, bottom of the swamp. Um, and really dirty and mucky water is actually full of nutrients. We look at mud like it's this icky, gooey thing because it does feel like that on our skin, but plants eat it up. It's the nutrients that they need. All right, we have time does not wait. The time is now. If that resonates with you, quit being scared of whatever you're afraid of and just do it, And if it ends up being that you have to do it alone in your own house for a while, that's perfectly fine. If you have to get over that hurdle of screwing up in silence until you kind of get a hang of things and then you put yourself out there, perfecto. Okay, any progress is progress. Oh, I meant any practice is progress. Okay, and we have learn to give love to yourself first and become your own best friend. So if you're here for some kind of relationship problem, our relationships originate from within. We are reflecting our own personal insecurities and whatnot onto the other people, pets, plants, objects, situations around us. So it's very important that we are comfortable with ourselves first and we're not looking for validation outside of the world, or outside of our world, inner world. I have been learning about this firsthand. I've been stressing myself out, um, wondering why my channel is growing so slowly when I feel like I have so much really good content on here. And I just need to stop worrying about the outside world and remember that I truly feel like I have great content, and that's what's important. That's the validation that I need to give myself. You know, it's really difficult being a or attempting to be a spiritual advisor or spiritual healer, and giving advice on this when I'm also going through this by myself, healing, on my own inside. So I feel like it's actually a good thing that I'm going through all of this, but because I'm learning more so I can teach you guys more. But it isn't easy, and I have to keep getting moving past these illusions of fear that I keep encapsulating inside of myself. So, after that little bit of rambling, choose which pile um, you feel most drawn to, and that is the pile. And we will get started with pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. You chose healing takes time, but you learn with each step. And I just wanted to do a reminder here. This card for the collective is you have been working so hard and we see it. So whatever you've been working on, it is being recognized, okay? Even if you can't see the results yet, it is making a difference. Maybe yesterday, I'm just feeling like, based on this card, maybe you had this moment yesterday or recently that you remember where you just cried and let it all out, and that's amazing, and I'm so happy for you. And the universe is recognizing that work that you did, but you may be questioning, like, well, I'm not okay, so did it even help? And the universe is saying that yes, little by little, every time you cry, it's like you're peeling the onion away, the layers of the onion away. Every time you cry, you release an energetic barrier that's keeping you stuck. So I feel like you just have to keep going. Okay, each time, each step, it's in the moment of you releasing energy that you have the most power to heal. So healing, based on my experience, it comes with an emotion and a change of perspective, because if you're dwelling on the circumstances that you've been in, dwelling on being the victim of circumstance, then you're not going to change. But if you change your perspective to, okay, this happened to me, what can I do now to move on? That's where the healing takes place, is saying, I don't accept this difficult situation. What can I do to gain more insight and clarity on this? So intuitively, I'm feeling like something is keeping you trapped, or a belief that you have is keeping you trapped. But I also feel like it's very smart of you to stay right now. Like, don't act rash and run away. It's very important that you stay where you are and continue to face the difficultness until the universe opens up a door, because I feel like it's making you stronger. Okay, now you follow your intuition on this. This may not be for everyone. If you see the door open already, this is a confirmation that you need to go through it. Okay, but if you are stuck in a certain situation, keep trusting that little by little that door is coming and you're getting stronger. Okay, these difficult times are teaching you how to be the strongest version of yourself that you can be. And you may not notice it right now. But first I'm going to pull these tarot cards. We have the major arcana here and see. So we have the Lovers, so it's a choice. So this can be signifying that it's about a relationship, maybe a job, business, something that you're very dedicated to, but you're guarded. You're feeling really guarded about this. And so, yes, you have to make a choice. But the problem, the hardest part about this is that your heart is in it and it's been in it. All right, we have the Fool. So, the Fool is a new beginning, a new opportunity. You're just starting something new. So it could be that you've gained this new perspective on love and relationships, and you're like, well, now I know what I deserve, so how do I move forward with this? And the universe, again, talking about what I felt when I just saw this card, it's like you want to run away or something. Like part of you wants to just run away and never come back. But your intuition, your higher self is telling you to just keep fighting a little bit longer and it's going to come out. So I feel like those are the two choices. But you're looking at this in a new perspective now. I'm getting the message to flip this tarot card over as well. Okay, the Emperor. So the Emperor is talking about masculine energy. He can also be talking about home and family. So this must affect that, which most people are very worried and or considerate about their family, and so I feel like this is very important, and it's like obviously you'd want to make this choice. So the Emperor is saying that your masculine energy is either out of whack or over exaggerated, or maybe your masculine energy is just confused, because the masculine energy is what we're going to do about it. So that's why you have these choices. Okay, and the healing takes time. All right, so your feminine and masculine energy are super impatient right now. They're like, let's get a move on. Your feminine energy is like, I know what I want, or at least I know what kind of future I want, but your masculine energy doesn't know what to do to get it done. Okay, and I feel like it's because this is a new kind of choice. This is a new kind of situation that you're healing about. This is something that you've never had to heal about before. But because you've done so much work, you're ready for this. Okay, every time that you've healed something that seemed really daunting, it eventually worked itself out. So you must trust that this is also going to work itself out. All right, I have 5 cards here that I'm going to lay out, and we will read them. Okay, so this is interesting now. I see the darkness in the beginning of the cards, but by the end it looks like there's light. So the tree is saying, let them go. You can always rewrite the story here. So with this card, it's like she's breaking the shell with a rock. And we see the music notes, but it's like all the things that people have been telling her, or all the things that she's been led to believe, she's getting rid of it. She's breaking it. She's blocking it out. She's ending these unhelpful beliefs that other people have said to her, or maybe someone has said something to you that made you feel like you were stuck and they're doing it on purpose to hurt your feelings. Okay, realize that they are trying to hurt your feelings and that you need to block that out because it's not helping you. In the darkness, the moon, it stands for an illusion. Okay, so I feel like this tree is talking about crying, and releasing this emotion of what other people have led you to believe with their words. Okay, the lioness here, it says you've earned all your stripes, and the mirror here says treat your body like the palace that it is, and this fire flame match card is saying stand up for yourself. Okay, so ignite your fire. There's a lot of fire in this card. So as long as you're doing this safely, with an adult, in, for example, a metal container, um, is what you should be doing, and you doing it outside. I just need to add this disclaimer before I speak of this. Um, you can write down all these negative beliefs that people have been saying about you, or that you've been keeping and saying about yourself. Write them down on a piece of paper and then put them in a metal container, or a container that's not going to melt, and burn that paper away. Okay, light that match and burn away those old feelings. It's like a ceremony or a ritual. And when you do a ceremony, it really makes things that much more important to the psyche. Okay? It means so much more when you are physically doing it, rather than just thinking about it. Okay? So I feel like that is like taking your healing from inside to outside. Um, and with the girl dancing here, there's music again. So intuitively, I feel like she's deciding to say nicer things to herself. She's got the headphones on. Maybe you're deciding to listen to these kind of readings more often, listen to music that's pleasant. Yeah, just things that feel good, being around people that make you feel good. With these 4 birds around here, I can't help but feel like those are your spirit guides, being around you and protecting you. She's on the water. She's dancing on the water. And beyond her is her castle. So I feel like you are going to be figuring this out. All right. And the way to do it is self-love, self-care, continuing this process even when you're frustrated. So based on all these cards, it really seems like you're at this point now where you're like overwhelmed with the choice that you feel like you have to make. But I feel like the truth is that you don't have all the answers yet. And when you have all of the answers, you're going to know what answer to follow. And I just got tower moment in my head. So I definitely feel like collectively we're all going to be going through these tower moments of like things changing either abruptly, or you hearing some news that you may have thought that you were never going to hear, or it was going to take you forever to hear. Um, and I want these 2 cards. I just want to show, like, you see she's on the ground here, and then she's in the water, and beyond her is even more land. So part of me is saying you're reading books or you're doing research on a topic, and it's caused you to be very emotional or focus on your emotions. And that's okay, because you're going to be moving on to something bigger and better. All right? So do not be afraid to heal this. Write it all down so you can see it all in front of you. Or take a video of yourself talking to yourself. Okay? It's so much different to hear our own thoughts from someone else. So that is the end of this reading. I truly hope that this helped you and motivated you to take another pause on this choice that you're trying to make. Tell your masculine energy to just chill out for a little bit and do what you can do to bring yourself some peace until this new situation gives you an opportunity to take a step. All right? Love and light, Pile 1. Thanks for watching. Hey, Pile 2. Your card is Time Does Not Wait. The time is now. So the collective here is saying you've been working so hard and we see it. So it's very interesting. The first pile was about, like, there's a choice that you recognize, but don't get so overwhelmed with that choice that you can't move forward with anything. Okay, so with this card, it's like the opposite. It's saying, don't wait. You know which path you need to take. Okay, and it could be you are resonating with both piles. And all that means is that there's a situation in your life that you need to pause and continue healing about, and there's a situation in your life that you need to move forward in, really quickly, okay? But I intuitively feel like they're not the same. All right, let's see. I feel like this is about work. I saw a clock, like you're clocking in. So anything about a schedule is highlighted. All right, we have the Magician and the Sun. All right, so this is all about the energy that you need to be having right now. You need to be okay, the Magician is about manifesting your actions on the outside, create your results. And the Sun is about being happy and content and proud of yourself. So reflect on how far you've come. Okay, when you first had this idea about work or about your own business or whatever it is, when you first had this idea, there was so much you didn't have. Okay, and now look at all that you've manifested. Maybe you have an actual place that you can do this. You have the objects that you need in all of this material world, but what you're lacking is this confidence, this unwavering confidence. And I feel like you just need to get this perspective of like, there was a day where you didn't know any of this and you were not this far. Okay, and the universe is saying you need to recognize how far you have come. Okay, and this other tarot card, we have the Sun again. All right, so I swear this is just randomly mixed up. So for sure, you need to have the innocence of a child. You need to have this motivation that is never ending, that comes from deep inside of you, and it isn't put there by anyone else. It's grown by you. You see, we have the sunflowers here. It's this energy, this glowing energy from your heart chakra, from your hara, which is where your belly button kind of is, and from your third eye. In Reiki, we call that the three diamonds. So look into that. Um, once when you are breathing in and out during your meditation or your quiet time, um, to ramp up your energy, focus on breathing in and out of those three spaces simultaneously to really get your energy moving. I feel like that's what you're missing right now. You're really just missing uh, somebody lighting a fire within you so that you can go on. And I feel like it's you who has to light that fire within you, um, to take this chance that the universe is talking about. So let's see what these 5 cards here are talking about. Okay, expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. So definitely this comes from within. And this card is my card of going within to your happy place, speaking with your spirit guides or your inner self, and giving yourself the attention that you're looking from the outside world. All right, surround yourself with love. Okay, pay attention to the people who want to see the best for you or want to see you succeed. Okay, this is the start of revolution, and I can't help but feel like you need to be working together with people right now, putting yourself out there, with other people. Having your back is like really highlighted. Maybe you're afraid people won't have your back. Is that what's blocking you? Okay, we have Clover, release your guilt, and mourning, the world awaits you. So I want to talk about this release your guilt card really quick. I feel like this is about friendships or past experiences where you tried really hard, you tried to be authentic, you tried to be real, you tried to put this out there, and you were shut down, and you were shut down, and you were shut down. And it was because it wasn't time. It was because you were healing. You didn't have the perspective that you have today. You hadn't gathered up all this knowledge, um, that you had before. And you were probably being triggered by something else that was manifesting um, as an illusion that this wasn't right for you. Okay, it was just about perfect timing. So now the universe is saying the time is now. They're saying you're ready for this. Okay, morning, the world awaits you. And I can't help but feel like this means that you need to reschedule your days out. When you wake up in the morning, it's a new chance for you to take a whole bunch of different actions than the day before. Actions that are helping you, actions that are healing you. Imagine the person that you want to be, and then every day take steps towards becoming that person. Easier said than done, but I feel like the universe is saying um, that you're going to have to forgive yourself for not knowing what to do back then, and work with what you know now and recognize that you know so much more now. Okay, again, don't forget our collective card here. You have been working so hard and we see it. So you have been working so hard to become this version of yourself, and the universe is like, yes, we see it. They truly want you to recognize that there are other people out there who want to do this with you. I feel like this card is talking about private moments alone with other people, collectively sharing ideas, um, in a secretive space, and then you guys take that and put it out into the public eye. Okay, so if you don't know these people, I intuitively feel like by taking this big step, because I'm not denying this is a big step, it truly is. And you may be really afraid of ridicule or failure again because it happened in the past that way. But it's saying like this time you're going to have people that have your back, and you're going to create this group of people that have your back. Okay, and they're also going to speak your truth. Now, I intuitively feel like this is about love and light and spirituality and healing and humanitarian things, Mother Earth, um, gardening, nature, just healing the world and society as a whole, working together instead of working apart. Okay, and the universe is saying not only are you ready, but society is ready for this solution. And I know that if I feel it, and I'm channeling this message for my followers, that you guys feel it too. Okay, we can all do this together. It's so much harder to do it apart. So we need to recognize that there are all these people out there who also want to see the same positive changes for the world as we do. Okay, we need to all come together. All right, and I feel like you just need to glow, literally glow. Okay, bring that sun into your energy and shine that confidence, that positivity about your cause. Okay, and people will be blinded by that sun and attracted by that sun. And if you are looking for people to help you along this journey, I feel like this magician card here is saying that you can manifest that by putting this idea out there. Okay, people will say, oh, I'm into that too. I should get to know her because she's local. Okay, things like that. So thank you so much for watching Pile 2, and if this resonated with you, please consider subscribing. Definitely like this video because every little bit helps, and let me know below which piles you chose. Love and light. Hello, Pile 3. So you chose the card Learn to Give Love to Yourself First and Become Your Own Best Friend. And the message for the collective is you have been working so hard and we see it. So that is a message from your spirit guides for everyone in the whole world, because I'm sure everyone has been working so hard to create something, to just get by. Whatever it is that you're doing, the universe is recognizing that energy. Okay, we have learned to give love to yourself first and become your own best friend. So, two things I'm feeling, especially with this card, is that you are such a lover. You give to other people because it makes you feel good inside. And all you're asking is that someone reciprocates that love back to you in a meaningful way. Instead of being around a bunch of takers, you'd like to have a giver as well. Okay? And also, I feel like you're looking outside of yourself for validation. Am I doing the right thing? Is this enough? Okay, and the universe is saying that the only person that you need to be uh, Im- improving, yes, that's the word, but I'm trying to think of the other word. Impressing is yourself, okay? So when you wake up in the morning, okay, the first person you should give love to is yourself. If not the first person you give love to, the next person you give love to needs to be yourself. Okay? So, for example, I wake up early and get my son ready for school and bring him to school, and then I come home and focus on myself for a little bit before I start my work. Okay? So, whenever you have a pocket of time, focus on yourself. I even had to wake up earlier in the morning to give myself a little more time. So just trust that this will be helping you feel more of that love that you're looking for, even if it doesn't come from someone else. And I intuitively feel like we can't depend on other people to give us love because they're busy trying to monitor and manage their own emotions and thoughts. We need to be able to do it for ourselves as well, not depend on other people. All right, we have patience and transformation. So I definitely feel like this is talking, transformation here is the death card, but that just means a cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning. So with this patience card, definitely be patient, but be aware that things are balancing out right now. Okay, you may not be realizing how healing yourself or how being more aware of your internal being is actually changing you, and you're being triggered, and recognizing your the miscommunication, but the way that your love isn't being reconciled, your love isn't being returned to you, that imbalance, you're recognizing it and you're deciding to put that to rest, or you're deciding to put those relationships, I'm getting the word parasitic relationships where people just take and give nothing back. You're putting those relationships to rest, and you're looking for authenticity. You're looking for loyalty and compassion. And so there's going to be this stage of dryness where you may feel kind of lonely, but during that time, the universe wants you to spend that time having self-love for yourself, discovering your worth, discovering what you need from other people. What is your love language? Okay, when you're single, that's what you need to be focusing on, is what you want from a partner, so that when it's your time to come out again and this transformative stage is over, you will be able to attract the people into your life that are worthy of your love, and you are worthy of their love because they do give it back. Okay, this does take time to work towards. Okay, and if if you've been doing this, this is a confirmation, you know, that you've been working so hard. But the universe is also saying that it's not over yet. Okay, you're just putting you're putting things to rest, and you just need to be patient, because the people will start coming in once you recognize how you want to put love out there and how you want to accept it. Okay, and I'm also feeling like you may need to change your perspective about how people give love. So just because you don't want material items as a form of love doesn't mean that it's invalid if it's someone else's form of love. Okay, so let's see what this other tarot card here is. Okay, the Tower. So yes, I feel like either there was a tower moment with a friendship, and now you're being patient about it, and you're reflecting on it, on this ending, or the tower moment hasn't come yet, or you're in the tower moment right now. Maybe you haven't talked to certain people for a long time, and now you're trying to talk to them again, and you're starting to see like who's going to stick around and who's not. Certain things like that. But intuitively, I feel like the tower moment hasn't happened yet, and the tower moment doesn't have to be bad. The tower moment could be finally being in the relationships that you are wanting to be in, or ending the relationships that you don't want to be in. Okay, there's going to be this moment where it just can't be the same as it always has been. It just has to change. There's nothing anyone can do about it. And the universe is saying, do not keep yourself stuck for anyone. All right. Now, intuitively, I feel like there's maybe kids involved. This is where the patience comes in to play. Okay, the universe recognizes everything that's going on. All right, Flower, be honest with yourself. Okay, Sword, make the change. Mural, be your own first priority. And look, we have a tower here that's burning, just like this tower. I feel like that's significant. The tower needs to be burnt so that you can love yourself and receive love the way that you feel like you deserve. Okay, do not question your inner being. It does know. All right, we have Throne. Your potential is endless. Okay, and Stars. You can manifest your every wish. So I feel like this is that you are worthy of whatever you desire. Okay, as long as your desires are in line with your highest good, with love and light and healing and being the most authentic person that you can be. You know, what is your intention? If it's good, if your intention is good and helpful, you know, you can manifest anything you want. If you're trying to manifest something that's not in your best interest, or it's harmful to someone or something, the universe won't always make it come true. You really need to reconsider your motive behind this. So I'm also getting this self-acceptance. Are you accepting yourself for who you are and what you look like at this moment? I'm feeling like here it's saying be honest with yourself. So I feel like everything that has happened up to this point has made things this way. All the choices that you've made up to this point, this is why you're here. This is why it is what it is, based on all your choices. But the future is yours to write. So based on this very moment that we're having this conversation, every choice that you make from now on into the future is going to create the future yourself, for better or for worse. It's all up to the choice that you're going to make. And I feel like learning to love yourself and become your own best friend is going to help you be this authentic, loving version of yourself that you take into the future and you become it little by little. With the sword, make the change. She's cutting off her hair. You definitely don't have to change your appearance. Um, when healing comes, I like to say it starts on the inside and then you recognize the things on the outside that you can change. You start to accept parts of yourself for just being that way. This is just the body I was given. This is who I am. Um, am I doing everything in my power to make sure I live a healthy and long life? Okay, if not, be honest with yourself. If not, okay, make those changes. Cut off those addictions, cut off those unhealthy relationships, cut off those unhealthy habits that you are um, doing every day. Um, maybe you just need to um, start a different routine. So, like, write down the hours or whatever of the day and fill in the parts where you have to be there, like picking your kid up from school, um, or going to work or whatever. Write those things in, and then when you have the free time, figure out what you're going to do during those times. If you end up watching a lot of videos on YouTube at a certain time of day, make that your time of day to do that, and then don't consume your other empty times with social media. Give yourself that time to do this, listen to readings and whatnot, and then before bed or first thing in the morning, make it about some you time here with this. Be your own first priority. Do some drawing, do some writing, um, eat some healthy food, learn this new technique you're hoping to learn. Okay, and I feel like when you change the things that are hurting you to things that are helping you, this is a form of self-love, of truly putting forth the effort. And I keep seeing there's flowers here, there's flowers in her dress, there's flowers in her hair. I feel like each idea, each new thing that you do is like a flower bud coming out. And as you do those things day by day, you're changing your perspective and your priorities and your schedule. I feel like those flowers are opening up and you're going to feel like, oh, this is what self-love is. Okay, and if you feel doubt, like it's stupid or like you don't know how to do it or whatever, it's not going to work, then it isn't. Okay, your mind has to be there. Your mind has to be positive about this with your actions. It has to meld together. If you're making these changes but your heart's not in it, it's not going to stay. You have to know your why. Why are you doing this? Okay, what do you hope is to come of this? All right, and I feel like that's all talking about this tower moment that you're having. You're recognizing, like, I don't want to be like this anymore. What can I do differently? And the universe is telling you, first, you must perceive yourself as someone that you love and admire. Be grateful that you have this body that your soul can inhabit for so many years in this lifetime. You can do these things. Okay, stop being afraid of putting yourself out there because you're wasting all this precious time you could be having doing all these amazing things that you love to do. And I just strongly feel like you're worried about what other people are going to think and how they're going to judge you, and that's what's keeping you stuck. Do not allow other people to keep you stuck. Okay? If anybody's going to keep you stuck, make sure it's yourself. All right, yourself, you're the only person that you have control over. So the universe is saying, change your life today, put an end to this self that you don't like and focus on creating this version of yourself that you love and adore. All right, so thank you, Pile 3, for watching this video. I hope that it helped. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video if it resonated. I will truly appreciate it. Love and light, my friend.